Welcome back to Limbus Company, Canto 6. Last time, we learned Catherine's dead. Oh, whoopsies. Heathcliff got knocked out by Nellie. And now there's gonna be a ghost of Catherine, assumably? I've got no idea, so let's just get into it, right? There's so much story this Canto, but I mean, that makes sense. Better than there being so many fights at Canto 4, though, that's for sure. Ugh. Are you okay, Heathcliff? It's that classic Nelly technique, eh? Her secret technique to send us hurtling into the dreamlands. Been a while. I am terribly sorry, Heathcliff. I was hoping to avoid having to use the sleepy smack on you, and not after a reunion like this. Oh, I can't wait till we get the Ryoshu ID that's got a skill 3 called SS, and it inflicts drowsiness or whatever. Is it true, Nellie? Is Catherine really gone? Yes. And Miss Catherine wrote your name into her will. Her will, huh? We should at least give it a listen to hear why she mentioned Heathcliff. Heathcliff sat down wordlessly. So, was this manor Miss Catherine's? Well, it used to be young Master Hindley's once, then... Catherine, that's true. He stabbed me in the back. Why don't you elaborate on that injustice, Linton? Share the tale of how Catherine and Linton Edgar stabbed me in the back, how the pair of you destroyed me. There was no injustice. It was done in a perfectly legal manner. Bring the case to T-Corp courts if you wish. It will change absolutely nothing. An Uvi Association fixer carrying a piece of paper stepped in between Hindley and Linton as two men continued to growl at each other. The allotted recess has expired. We will now proceed to the inheritance bequeathment will reading. And this is the will of the deceased. It has been verified via multiple tests and screenings that no counterfeiting or tampering of a similar nature has occurred. If they're verifying if it's a counterfeit or not, who verifies if they're not just straight up lying about it? Good question. Maybe it's just a standard industry practice. Miss Catherine has requested this letter be read in an audience of the three attendees. For the bequeathment of personal property commences. I will now read the full contents of her will. At last, you were all gathered here. My only wish is that my words will be met with respect, without hostility among you. I hope that none of you become incensed during this occasion. My one and only funeral, after all. I am at peace. There is no pain, no suffering where I am. So do not consider my death a tragic one, because by the time you are hearing this, I must have reached my own heaven. This is not to say that you mustn't let sorrow into your hearts. Weep, if you will, so that I may feel your grief, and know that you have all truly loved me. Wuthering Heights, an old and desolate manor. I have always been afraid of this place. Fear and nightmares would consume me every night. But now that I stand before the end of my life, I have come to accept this manor for what it is. This manor, which I will leave my husband, Linton Edgar. Keep this manor, and remember me by its presence. God, I was really worried it was going to be Heathcliff. What the... Damn it! And my brother, Hindley. My one and only brother. Right! I knew it'd be in there somewhere! Hindley's legs began to shake nervously, so did his voice. I heard that you are mired in quite the heavy debt. and that you have been spending most of your days drinking and gambling. So I... Come on, Catherine! Give me something, anything! Signed you up for the Abyss Trauma Correctional Facility at M-Corp. Okay. If you don't visit the facility within 1 week after attending this will reading, they will come to take you in. What? What? We know M-Corp is like Moonstone stuff. They show up in Leviathan Affair and also being mentioned a little bit in Ruina, but the Abyss Trauma Correctional Facility. Interesting. I truly hope that your heart will be healed, dear brother. No! That's nonsense! How the hell am I supposed to get to M-Corp in a week? Of course, I have already prepared a warp train ticket to M-Corp for you, so please don't worry about the travel fees. No, this is a... Another incident of disturbance in the execution of this will occur. We will take forceful action without warning. How dare you, you plebs! And you, Heathcliff. Welcome home. Kathy, I'm... Once the 7th strike of lightning falls upon this manor, my golden bow shall be yours. Huh? The mere mention of the golden bow only intensified the sensation I felt earlier. I definitely sensed that the golden bow was located somewhere within this manor. But I already figured that the golden bow was somewhere in here. I've known that ever since we stepped foot into this manor. Yet, I couldn't quite pinpoint its exact location because I will leave my golden bow to you, Heathcliff. The golden bow was her personal property, not even her estates or her family's, just her? 7th strike of lightning? What do you think that means? It's not a golden bow. What in the bloody hell is that supposed to mean? What? There's more than one here. Wait, so my golden bow should be yours. What do you mean by there's more than one here? What did she didn't say multiple? I don't know, maybe I'm returning this thing. There is a second golden bow in this manor. No, this isn't at all, but I come back, Kathy. Please. Hear my voice just this once, Kathy. I'm serious. Oh, Nelly, this room is haunted. I saw a ghost. Again with this, Miss Kathy. What did I say? I told you I would thrash that evil ghost and hang them to dry on this raft. Ghosts aren't real. She's such a big liar. I'm not lying. I'm sorry, children. Have you been waiting long? Dad, where's my violin? What about my X-Corp all-purpose wrench? Okay. Again, I'm sorry. I did not have the room for the violin or the wrench. What room? What's that? What's that dirty rag? You. Found this child dying alone in the streets. He was without parents or a home. The boy surely would have died in a weather like this. So what? I don't want that gross, dirty kid living here. Was he in a sack? Like, it doesn't look like he's been carried in a sack. Yeah, I want my violin. Throw that thing out. What are you gawking at? Violin. I want my violin. Papa, why was he all alone? In the streets? Because there wasn't anyone to take care of him. Poor child. There are other children like him in the back streets. No parents or relatives to look after them, no homes to shelter them. Then, what does he have now? Well, Kathy, now he's got us to look after him, and this place is his home. No, I don't want that ugly thing! So you're saying that you don't want to have him, right? Wind's howling. I can hear something wailing. Its cry is echoing through the manor halls. There's our Catherine design. I hear it too, miss. Close the windows. There is a nip in the air outside. Do you remember still? As a child, you were terribly afraid of these howling winds. And that you're seeing ghosts. Nellie? See them still. Miss, you've grown far too weak ever since Heathcliff departed the manor. That is why you are seeing things. That is all right, Nellie. I no longer fear the ghosts. Because all fear stems from the ignorance of its origin. Where do you suppose he is? Heathcliff. Miss. He doesn't have anything left. I'm everything he has. What? We're going up now. Riddles. So it seems like the first lightning strike just happened right then, right? So it seems like we're going to be going up and exploring this place before we get to go down. Which makes sense. Going like this, 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 and then back down or something, probably. Wouldn't be surprised if, like, the actual, like, this part of the Canto will end, like, here or so. I guess we'll see, though. This looks like that's going to be, like, Kathy's bedroom, like, the haunted bedroom or whatever. It's the only room that's given, like, a specific amount of detail above these first floors, so it makes sense. More story time. Very story-centric chapter, that's for sure, but it's fun. What just happened? Everything went dark for a sec. Oh, blood. Interesting. I think the lightning caused a brief power outage. The power's back now, though. What we just saw were Catherine's memories, right? I think so. As it has been in the past, such occurrences can be attributed to the influence of the golden bow, yeah. Hold on, this is the corridor we walked through earlier, isn't it? This isn't where we were before the power outage. I don't see Hindley or Linton anywhere either. Oh my word, what just happened? But we didn't, like, take a step or anything, did we? I think we're in the fathoms now. I think that's... Or 8 fathoms. If there are 2 golden bows, there might be 2 fathoms. We might get, like, Catherine's fathoms and then Heathcliff's fathoms or something. We're already, like, this deep in. I really wonder how they're going to extend this Canto for much longer. Like, we're not even at the halfway point yet before the dungeon. I do not believe that any of our fellows have moved. If we were all standing still, then I suppose this means that it's the house that moved. What the? Know anything about this, Nellie? I haven't the slightest idea. I have been away from this manor for many years myself. I seldom had any reason to return ever since Miss Catherine married Master Linton and left this place to live with him. Catherine, the deceased. Didn't someone mention that she purchased this manor, Wuthering Heights? Yes, indeed. But she did not immediately move here after the purchase. Oh, now that you mention it, I see that some changes have been made to this manor since I was gone. Yeah, there's a trail of blood on the floor in the background, and bloodstains about. Nellie was probably referring to the numerous exposed cables, holes, and cracks that seemed to have been painted over. Had I been the chief butler of this manor, I would not have let such slovenliness slide. But Josephine did, I guess? But maybe she was trying to make modifications to the manor. Is it normal for rich folks to just buy a whole manor and then modify it to their liking? Yes, actually. It's kind of like changing your hairstyle once in a while. Maintaining the exact same style of hair for too long gets pretty boring, you know? Uh-huh. So that's how, casual a full-on house remodeling is like for rich folks. I see. Heathcliff. I hardly know what to tell you. I do not know what words could possibly comfort you now. But what you said about Miss Catherine's death, and how you didn't believe that she was truly dead. What? I gave that idea some thought, and I agree. To an extent. What? Heathcliff's pupils suddenly dilated, mirrored onto music. Let's go. Even I haven't seen Miss Catherine's body. I was so beside myself when Master Linton told me of Miss Catherine's passing that I did not even care to verify it with my own eyes. So what you're trying to say here is it really what I think it is? You're saying that Kathy might still be alive? Nothing but a suspicion at this point. Besides, you know how Miss Catherine can be. Stubborn as a mule, sometimes doing things so unexpected that they're almost frightening. Honestly, I even wondered if this whole funeral business was but an awful, elaborate jest from the Miss. What's certain is, however, that the will was undeniably in her own handwriting. And Master Linton, he never once stopped making modifications to the manor. Even after Miss Catherine passed. That Linton made these modifications to the manor? Yes, I haven't gotten a good look at this place, nor did I personally ask him of his motives, but it is quite evident that something is to transpire here, isn't it? Or that something had already happened. Bollocks. I don't understand any of this. What do you think the lightning in her will is talking about? Maybe she meant it literally. 7 lightning strikes. 1 struck already, assume each one is going to come with like its own flashbacky things. Are you suggesting that she knew we would arrive precisely under this weather on the day of her funeral, unless she moonlighted as a renowned prophet? I don't see that happening. Who knows? I don't even understand what Miss Catherine was trying to do here with that will. Right. We can't ever know the will of the dead. Oh. Perhaps there is something, a clue to be found in Miss Catherine's room? She did visit Wuthering Heights from time to time, even after her marriage to Master Linton. Don't you remember, Heathcliff? Miss Catherine? Yeah. She always liked riddles. Oh no. Not like you, who preferred a more direct approach, which involved smashing everything to pieces. Got me in plenty of trouble for trying to brute force problems without even trying to think about the intent. A faint smile appeared on Heathcliff's face as he seemed to recall a fond memory. I don't know if I've gotten any better at it since. But the heavy, somber expression soon returned. I guess our next order of things is to find where that room is. Story is, it is directly above us, as we can tell from the map, but they don't know that yet, so I guess, shouldn't spoil it for the characters. Not that I can. The corridor, or fight time. What are we gonna fight, though, I wonder? There's quite a few options for what we might end up fighting, but yeah, I think this is probably gonna be the end point for the first part of the chapter. Then we're gonna head into the basement, I guess. Right, though, I would have expected it to be like in this, kind of clock tower type thing. Feels sketchy, but there's also so much room under us. Yeah. Corridor time. Not an infinite corridor, just a normal corridor. I see blood everywhere on the floor. Is it supposed to be I Spy, or is it like a... I'm assuming it's I Spy. Or maybe it's like some medieval slang I'm not aware of. I doubt anything nice went down here, that's for sure. And I doubt there's anyone nice down here either. Look. Get back! Back off, you dog! Have you even an inkling of who I am? Speak plainly, Hindley. What have you done to this manor? Hells, I do not know! I'm just as lost as you are. Nelly, get these brutes off me! What are you all doing here? My, if it isn't Nellie, the vagabond child, and this gang of uninvited guests. Is she talking about us? Josephine, something is terribly wrong with the manor. Is there anything you know about this? Wuthering Heights has always been like this. More importantly, how dare you bring these louts to this place? Mistress would have had you whipped had she been here to witness this desecration. So Josephine just uses Catherine's name just entirely in vain, like not even related to what she would have wanted. We are in the dark as much as you are. Everyone is displaced when the lights flickered. Besides, what is this noise? How are you still unaware? The dead rabbits, louts, and the butlers are battling in all corners of this manor, ripping, tearing, biting. Oh, what I wouldn't have give to have them kill each other until they all lay dead. Very normal person. They're fighting? But why? After the lightning struck, after the lights flickered, the dead rabbits suddenly charged us. Hindley, that fool must be scheming to take over our manor. What in the blazes? You fail to heed the voice of Wuthering Heights, the voice of the mistress. The bloody hell do these out-of-control dead rabbits have got to do with me? I haven't even given them any orders. Nellie, is there something you can do to de-escalate this? We'd rather not get involved in something like this. Josephine and those butlers, didn't they serve Hindley once? Their service is to Wuthering Heights, and Wuthering Heights only. Strictly speaking, Josephine and her butlers are bound to a contract different from mine. I am contracted with a specific person within the family, while they are contracted with the manor and the estate itself. Yeah. Checks out. And, like, what's the word? There's, like, a word for, like, you know, people who have got, like, certain, like, kind of, like, butlery made type feel, but for specific people. I forget what the word is, though. Kind of bothering me that I forget it. I'm sure it'll come to me. It's, like, on the tip of my tongue. Retainer, that's the word. Yeah, so, like, Nellie's closer to, like, a retainer than, like, a prior butler, like, specifically for Catherine and, you know, based on that sort of stuff. Which makes sense, while the rest are more like standard butler just based in the house. Wow, okay. I get wanting to work for a rich family to make yourself some dough, but is such a complicated contract worth it for butlers who are bound to the manor and its land? It depends on the terms of their contracts. Once they have completed their duties as butlers, which may be over a set period of time or over specific conditions stipulated in the contract, they may be able to raise their fixer grades or gain the rights to certain valuable assets tied to the land itself. Therein lies the irony. Butlers bound to manors and estates often inherit their parents' careers and contracts. Sometimes it continues for generations upon generations, until the initial contract is eventually forgotten. Really? What if they forget what the contract was even about? Still, the contract isn't voided merely because people stop remembering it. Breaking it may invite the taboo hunters from an unexpected nest or fixers from the Yuffie Association we had the pleasure of meeting earlier. I'll be able to fight the Yuffie people, and I really wish they gave a name to the guy. But oh well. And that Josephine obsessed with following the long-dead mistress's orders and won't listen to anyone else. You know me well, Nellie. Well enough to get out of my way while I remain courteous. Do not get in my way of punishing this rat that dared to scheme to take our Wuthering Heights from us. The sure thing. We'll just go, okay? Let's just pretend we didn't see anything. I'm locking the door now, Heathcliff. You don't deserve to come indoors. Do you really think that a thing like you deserves to sit next to our family, to dine alongside us? Stay put in the barn. If I see you wandering in the living rooms without my permission, I'll... God. I hear Hindley's voice echoing from Heathcliff's memories. This revenge may not be so difficult after all. We just had to pretend we didn't see anything. Leave Hindley behind and have Josephine and her butlers take care of him for us. Even if he does put up a fight, there is no telling how long he could hold out against all of them without backup. I can feel Heathcliff turning slightly to look in my direction. I'm sure he's thinking the same thing as I am. No, Clockface. I won't leave him to die. You won't? I won't. Because Kathy wouldn't have wanted me to abandon that sod to die by their hands. Not like this. So Josephine to fight time. Seems you gotta fight some of the butlers now, which is nice. Let's see. They're gonna be sinking, of course. Some fair bit of paralysis too. What are these skill names? Good housekeeping. Interloper response to reception arts 2. Topple. The bunch of paralysis and offense level down next turn on it. Alright. Oh, no, the offense level down is this turn, but the paralysis is next turn. That's odd. Passives. If staggered, heal SP, gain defense level down next turn, 1 time max. When panic, reset SP to 0. Unit recover from panic, gain attack power up next turn. They've just straight up got Echoes of the Manor as their panic type. Very silly. And I assume it's the same between the two types. Most likely, yeah. Do these guys have Reception Arts 1? Oh, these have Reception Arts 2 Bind instead of Reception Arts 2 Topple. What? Why 2? Why do they have Reception Arts 2? What about Reception Arts 1? What happened to Reception Arts 1? Is that going to be Josephine's thing? Maybe. Oh, here we go. And here's the status effect on Heathcliff. At -15 or higher SP, lose 10 SP. When hit, lose SP and gain offense level up next turn. At less than 0 SP, gain attack power up. Okay. So instead of starting at negative sanity, he basically will just keep on losing more and more sanity, but he gains offense level when hit, and, gains attack power when low sanity. Makes sense. Honestly, Suncliff? Question mark? I'll probably try Suncliff for, the second part of the Canto or something. I guess it depends on what IDs we get, but, I can see the potential appeal of going for some Suncliff shenanigans in this Canto if he's gonna have bereavement this entire time. We'll have to see, though. A little bit weird. Merso, is being ratioed a little bit. He's getting a bunch of paralysis and offense level down next turn. That's okay, it's Merso, so I'm not really expecting him to do much anyways. Kill these guys. But yeah, as Minister's commands this guy. Echoes of the Manor, so that you can spread Echoes of the Manor between them. We don't really get the chance, though, because they're just going to heal up the max. They're going to heal up sanity for panic them. I don't know, Echoes of the Manor, it doesn't help us that much, but the actual stat effect is different from the panic condition. Even though they have the Echoes of the Manor panic condition, they don't get the effect of the stat effect itself, so they don't gain the more sinking when hit and stuff like that, right? And it's not a part of what their, what that panic type entails. That's what the status effect does. I've gotten some Echoes of the Manor onto one of them, though, but unfortunately that one died. It's a little hard to spread it when, we don't have that much great of a way to get sanity down and stuff. Might be good in Mirror Dungeons. I'm looking forward to testing out with ID. Probably tomorrow. I mean, I guess it would have been, several days ago now by the time this video goes up. So, yeah, funny. Okay, but we can go for weak attacks this turn. Save our strong stuff. Nice. And do we fight Josephine here, or is it just going to be Goons for this one, and we'll fight Josephine next? Okay, just Goons here, so we're probably going to fight Josephine soon. Listen to the music. We need to ego, I'm not really shocked. And you need to neutral here against the Reception Arts 2 Topple. Very silly. Oh, there's the main battle theme. I don't know if you picked up, but it just did the da na 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 thing. They also made that bit with one of the battle themes in Canto 5, so reoccurring leitmotif, my beloved. It's always a funny bit. Very silly. We should be doing fairly good this turn. We had to eco there with Mercer for him to, be able to do anything, but, that's to be expected. We'll have to see what my plan for like next week's team is gonna be, but like I guess obviously we're gonna use Healy. I'm probably gonna go Suncliff and like something for Gregor and something for Yusung since they'll get the egos. Then I guess the other two will be reserved for the other two IDs, assuming it's not for one of those people being repeats, and then just a third slot for whatever else we get next week. You probably know by now. By the time this video is gone up, you probably learned yesterday, actually. See if it's Thursday morning, Friday morning, but yeah. You get what I mean. Prime beef imported straight from S-Corp. So wholesome. He's importing the yellow calf, I guess. The theme again. Like the da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Although, you know, slower placed in like a funny violin, I think. Down they go. You did the most again. Checks out. The corridor too. Yep. Simple enough. More fights. It's just straight up fights. Okay, this is what I'm more used to. This is, you know, much more normal pace. Just some filler fights without any story here and there. Nice. This is a 3-wave, interesting. Maybe they'll throw Josephine at us here. I'm not really expecting it. You're gonna just counter too bad. God. I assume this is B1. You don't remember. I don't know. This sounds like the more, like, special encountery type normal battle music. The kind of thing that you'd expect to hear for, like, the Josephine fight if she is going to show up in 3rd wave. Would make sense. We'll have to see, though, right? Oh, it's a skill 3, though. You just gotta... Oh, you're paralyzed. That does it. Oh, you might win this clash, then. You probably won't, but, like, it's possible. So we'll just roll with it. For the bit. He did actually almost win the... Oh, he did win the clash. Okay. Unfortunately, because he keeps on losing sanity, it's not helping him too much, but that's fine. Good to know this is going to be the Suncliff Canto, though. Suncliff believers rejoice. Something like that. They should all die without too much of a hassle this turn, I hope. Do still want to make sure we try and EX these fights, although it's not that big of an issue. How are you getting all tails? You're at 5 sanity. You should be at least getting some heads, Rodion. You got a single heads of that entire clash, I think. Maybe 2. I might have missed 1, but, like, that was awful. Okay, you're getting some sanity up now, though, so that's good. And, I mean, you are pretty fine, really, because you're DHE Rodion. You're not gonna die. Yep. Let's go. The song music's going hard, as you'd expect. Awesome. Mercer loses a clash. Who would have thought? The butlers keep on fleeing. I don't think we've killed anyone in this Canto beyond, you know, those grunts of the very first 2 fights. Like a reverb type theme. Kind of vibe it's giving me. And we're gonna go all out this turn, though. For the bit. Yeah, very much giving me like the reverb music vibes. I'm not talking a lot just because I'm listening to the song, because it is slapping, that's for sure. The tremor stuff going, you do get... I guess you're not even inflicting your funny tremor decay because the enemies don't have enough tremor. Yeah, very strange time to be running OP Heathcliff, but it is fitting since we are fighting OP people here. But I think it was a good enough choice. Oh, even on... Explosive blast, you know, some sinking potency, that's cool. Risky judgments are sinking Count Inflictor, getting this person nice and sad. As we'd like to see. And you're healing sanity and stuff, as you'd expect, but that's fine. You aren't gonna get... Yeah. They're struggling here. Okay, just go for the... Oh, no, it's the paralysis lying, isn't it? Yeah, you'll be fine. So rude, just enemies inflicting a bunch of paralysis on us and making our coins lie. Not very nice, not very butlery, not gonna lie. I'm sure Josephine seems to me like prime, like, Mirror Dungeon Floor 1 material, right? Like, same with, like, probably Matthew. I assume those are, like, the upcoming fights. I guess I don't know for sure, but, like, it feels like we're gonna see them. You know, like, kind of like, because they're kind of like the minor, like, leaders of each faction, right? Like, obviously, like, you know, Linton's leading the butlers. Linton, you know, leads the butlers, and Hindley leads the, Dead Rabbits, but, like, they're actual, like, leaders. I guess they're the ones who, like, are in control of them, but the actual leaders are, Josephine for the butlers. And that's kind of Nelly for the... I don't know. Josephine taking control of the butlers, I don't know. I'm saying I don't know a lot, but that's because I don't know. What do you got for passive? If Panic, reset SP to 0. Stagger, recover, and stagger, and heal 20 SP. Gain offense level next turn. Unit recover from Panic, gain attack power up. Unit speed is 5% targets, class power plus 2. Heal 10 SP when every coin of attack flips heads. Yeah, this is your confirmation of the Otis ID in case it wasn't obvious yet. Start seeing if targets 15 or less SP, gain 3 offense level next turn, once per target. Okay. And you've got quite a few skill slots. That's alright. Relax, we'll handle this. Okay, we'll go for that. Yeah, that'll be nice. Get some sinking shenanigans going. And get a big bloom resonance too, why not? Why not? We're not going for any, you know, funny skill 3s. We might have had a skill 3 on Otis that I just didn't use. Might have been nice to try getting one of those on Josephine, because I think she was targeting Josephine. But you might not have just had it, right? We get our corroded rhyme shank though, we get like a bunch of sinking on a couple of these enemies. Really make sure that it stacks up, get them to low sandy and stuff. Yeah, relentless, very relentless indeed. Leading this guy at 1 HP, you're so relentless. It's a very bullyable ID. Unfortunate that it's so lame when it's for Matthew. That's fine. Kind of wish there was like one of the grunts instead of Matthew and we could get, you know, a better Matthew next week or something, but that's fine. We'll have to see if we actually fight Matthew soon. I assume we will. A lot of sinking on that person. They're dead though, so it doesn't matter. Or they fled, but they basically died. It'd be funny if all these guys fled, but we just killed Josephine though, so I'm kind of hoping that's what happens. I mean, there's your negative 45 sanity. You're gonna heal back up though, right? Because you're gonna panic. That's fine. We've still got a lot of sinking going on though, right? I guess Final Warning won't be great for sinking because it doesn't inflict sinking, but that's fine. And you get to kill that guy, so that's good. Yeah, Echoes of the Manor. Not that it matters too much. And we could try maintaining sinking or whatever. We don't have enough envy to go for another rhyme sing, unfortunately. We're one short, but that's okay. We'll just attack you a bunch and we could just win, right? You didn't recover from low morale instantly, though? I thought that's how it was gonna work, but I guess not. I guess I misread the passive or something, I don't know. Or was it recover from low morale but not panic? I don't remember. Either way, you get staggered here. You probably do just die this turn, though, because there's a lot of attacks going for you. You run out of sinking, of course. Not that it matters at this point. We don't have Rhyme Shank, so the only... Or we don't have... No. We don't have Sinking Deluge, because we don't have Spice Push on the team. So the only thing Sinking does for us against the normal enemy with negative 45 sanity is it does mean that we get like a minor sinking damage burst from Otis's skill 3 against targets with Echoes of the Manor. But like, and it requires multiple skill 3s to go off, so it's not too likely. It's okay though. There we go. You did the most damage once again, although Otis did a fair bit too. Otis also only took 8 damage. Yusong didn't lose a single clash. Okay. Kind of shocking, honestly. One of those IDs that I don't really think very highly of. I guess that's how it is. The corridor 3. Keep on going down the corridor, alright. So we just fought. Are we gonna fight Josephine again? Is it gonna be like a Nico situation in which we're gonna fight you again? Wait. That is sin affinity damage and not physical damage. There's never been. I don't think there's been like anything in the main story that has not been weak to like a physical type, especially other than like like the Plam or something. But what? What do you mean sin affinity? Are we fighting Pekatule? Envy Pekatule? No, it's weak to Gloom and Envy. Definitely not a Pekatule. Unless this is like a it's two different types of Pekatule though, right? This thing's... What are these resistance? This is something we've never seen before. Panic types though, so it is like an actual... Okay. I'm very curious about what's about to happen here, because I really cannot tell based on that information, that's for sure. Understood, mistress. I shall do as you command. Are you hearing Carmen and thinking it's Catherine? You're a couple letters off. I understand they both start with C, but like, there's a lot of different letters there. We will not waste any more time here. Let's go and clear out the dead rabbits or rabble. We'll put the rest of you in the bin should our paths cross again. Hindley didn't show even a hint of gratitude. Well, I could have handled them all on my own. I didn't need your help to beat up some insane old hag in her pawns. Maybe we should have just left him behind. And that boss of yours, you don't even remember his name properly, do you? So much for your loyalty. Rage slowly returns to Heathcliff's face and draws a deep crease between his brows. Yep. What dodgy nonsense are you blathering about? He goes by Matt, not Matthew or whatever you decided to call him. What? What are you? Have you finally gotten mad? I've known the Gaffer for years, and you think I'd get his name wrong? Besides, that insane old hag still has some of her wits about, because I do intend to take this manor back, no matter what. I almost had it, if only I hadn't gotten that confounded card in that round. Oh. Gambling, yeah. Check that. No, the game must have been rigged. That's the only way this makes sense. Nothing else explains how Catherine could have had the funds so ready to purchase Wuthering Heights the moment it was put up for sale at the auction. You lost this manor in a gamble, and Catherine bought it back? Yes, that girl was always as insane as Josephine. But mark my words, Wuthering Heights shall be mine again. Are you gonna Parode ego thing right now? Are you gonna like Pekatulize? Pekatula distortion? Matt's made a deal with me. He promised to help me retrieve this manor as long as I let him and his dead rabbits into Wuthering Heights. Interesting. Master Hindley, wait, where are you going? You didn't seriously expect me to be cozy with you a lot after that, did you? I'll find Matt, and I'll do everything I can to make this place mine again. And don't be so quick to assume that you've really changed, Heathcliff. You haven't. You simply can't change. True. Yeah, and he will change by the end of this canto. You're nothing but a ragged sack of waste, don't you forget that. Yeah, I kind of expected. We save him and he's still as trash as always. Yeah, indeed. Sir Heathcliff, I am quite unsure as to how much of my words may reach thine ears, given thy fury, but... Nah. Some sinners attempted to cheer Heathcliff up, who would normally be seething with anger upon hearing abuse like that, but... This was different. It wasn't anger. Back then, whenever I heard that kind of contemptuous from that, it felt as though every word he spat out rang true, that it really was just a useless lowlife who deserved nothing but the rag. Spent days and nights coming up with all kinds of ways I'd exact my revenge on him. But now he's just too pitiful, right? Like, you could kill him, but, like, what does that achieve? He's, like, at the bottom. He can't go up from here. Huh, bloody hell. I can't even put this feeling to words. He's the one that couldn't change, not you. Look at him clinging desperately to his past like it's the only thing he's got. He's just like an immature kid who never grew up past 10. Yep. A lot of rich kids are, I think. Where is Catherine's room? We would do well to be on our guard in this manner. We must always be wary of our surroundings in the field of battle. I wonder if we'll face, like, some, like, abno-minions or something. Like, if we see Portrait of Another Day's, like, minions, that would make sense. Should be there once we turn right here. I don't remember the corridor being this long. Heavens, there! Dead rabbits at the end of the corridor. Is it just me, or do they look a bit different from earlier? I think it's just you for an answer, by the way. That reminds me, I have heard tales from the streets about those strange, wandering dead rabbits. Word on the streets is that we should steer clear of the dead rabbits with red eyes, just like the ones they have. Excuse me, are you looking for something or someone? Just for your information, that Clinton fella ain't here. Those butlers of Wuthering Heights ain't here either. They all went that way, past the hallway. Clearly, you've got no beef with us, alright? You always change things, Gregor. Why are you like this? Looks like they've got plenty of beef with us. Can they even hear what we are saying? If you have demands, then state them. If there is room for negotiation... They all look a bit... No, they all look completely out of it, don't they? What a shame. I, Otis, would have loved to demonstrate my excellent negotiation skills to the executive manager. Of course you would. That's fine. So they've got sin weaknesses instead of physical weaknesses, which is very interesting. Yeah, they've also got, you know, red eyes. Fierce and sharp. Yeah, something's definitely very wrong with them. Any passive, deal more damage, take SP if this unit loses the clash. Okay, so you do SP damage upon losing clashes, that's rude. Then you're gonna be like the same. You're taking care. No, they don't deliver. I saw the fact that this one's cow and this one is inter. They added the counter, and I was wondering if the other ones would make sense. Get out of my... Here, hold them back. Yeah. Nothing else really matches up. Another two-way fight. Makes sense. Two-way fight's pretty common in the main story for a very logical reason, that being they're longer than one-way fights. And since you just fight these enemies and then it gets reset, like, it would not make a lot of sense if, you'd fight a single wave of enemies and then that would be it for a fight, because then, like, Sandy and stuff would barely have done anything, right? So I see at least. You're slow, you're 4 to 6. You're like middling. I guess, I don't know. Impressive strike. Thank you, buddy. We love you, Samjo. You're the GOAT. The greatest of all time. 반박합니다. 방금의 공격은 전혀 효율적이지 못했습니다. 제가 잠시라도 한눈을 팔면 이렇게 되는군요. It's completely unaffected. That's what happened. You look away for a second. Yeah, that's true. Samjo is just kind of he carries, honestly. We'd be nothing without him. Nothing. I think Josephine. I wonder if Josephine's gonna be like a later boss then, like maybe like a second part boss for this Canto or something. It really sounds like she's about to distort. I don't think she'll be like the main Canto boss, of course. Definitely not. But like, I don't know if we're gonna be finishing her off in the first part of the Canto. Just love to see it in time. We love favorites. We love favorites. Especially since we're, like, winning clashes and losing sanity partially from it. Like, it's definitely making the whole gaining standing against these red-eyed dead rabbits to be a little bit of a hassle. You just gotta fully dodge, I guess. Actually, you can ego. That's true. They're weak to gloom, so that's wholesome. You can at least get one ego, and then, yeah, that'll work. I'll go for the person in the back, though. That is actually right, though. Yeah, it's fine. It's still good, right? It's still gonna win the clash. Let me get some random attack in with the Mistress commands. Get the random Echoes of the Manor infliction on this random guy as well. I think that guy... I guess that's the guy's additional would have clashed, but that's fine. Nice. Tremor Burst. A little bit of Tremor synergy we got going on. And by little bit, I do mean a very, very, very little bit. But it's something, right? Just what is going on with these guys, though? That really is the question. I don't think I'm going insane, right? That's new. So I don't think I've ever... Because they've got, like, the little symbol, like, under their base. Like, the gear symbol. I've been looking at a lot this fight. I think that's new. I think it used to be empty. And we got, like, a little Limbus symbol around our fates. Hopefully that's not something I've just not noticed until now, because that would be rough. Splitting. Lose HP on self with every clash. The offense level of a turn start. Well, we get the Mistress commands passive, wholesome. That'd make me wonder what ID we're getting next week. Once again, me talking about what ID we're getting next week really doesn't matter that much at this point because we probably already know by the time this video is going up, but I still am not aware, right? The dead rabbits. Yeah, more of the same. Fair enough. Difficulty level 40, so now they're, like the enemies are actually on level with us now. Riveting stuff. You all heard that too, right? That noise every time we killed one of them. That noise from beyond their masks. Sound of mirrors. They made a sound unlike a shattering mirror. Wait. Ishmael approached the dead rabbit's henchman's corpse and unmasked him. Oh. Wait, something's wrong. We should unmask the rest of them to get a better picture of what is happening here. What's going on, mirrors? Things became even more puzzling once they were all unmasked. I don't want to judge a book by its cover, but hardly do they appear to be members of a violent backstreet syndicate. People who've been kidnapped, yeah. I can tell from their build that none of them were ever part of a syndicate. They look more like civilians. Yeah, I figured the kidnapping was going to be relevant, and the only way it could be relevant is if... Well, guess what? Matt's not a very great person. He's been kidnapping people and turning them into his minions to gain power. But they attacked us first, right? We were just... Eyes up. More dead rabbits. Red eyes, all of them. Hark! Heed mine words! Whatever is thy... Gah! I don't think this is the best time to attempt the diplomatic approach. Yeah, they're not very capable of thinking, it seems. I assume that means we're about to have to fight Matt. Okay, seems simple enough, though. Struggling from you. Yeah, there's not much we can do, but I guess we gotta try evading and hope we get lucky with Ishmael, since that's all she really can do here. That's fine. We can live with that, I think. Live with a little bit of a gamble. We can gamble our entire manners away if we need to. The chances that we need to are very high, I'm sure. I do love a good gamble. Yeah. Looks good. Oh. Looks less good. Okay, we're fine though. We win the clash. We get a little bit of sanity back, which is always good. We need as much sanity as we can get for these guys. They're kind of constantly draining our sanity in a very, very annoying way. And he's got sanity just constantly draining. Very rude. Time to just kind of switch to Suncliff now, because we do kind of have some sinking support going on. I mean, the Suncliff is sinking in Rupture, right? And we've got a sinking unit and a Rupture unit from this week's banner, so Suncliff would work well on this team, I guess. I don't know. We'll have to see. We get that Echoes of the Manor off on this guy whose sanity is not low enough for it to trigger, which is fine. We can live with that. The actual whole part about it spreading really doesn't matter. The real fun thing about this in the Mirror Dungeon is going to be just the sinking count you can get. Just kind of rolling. Sounds super positive to have. Okay, and they're all dead, so on to the second wave. Music just goes off so hard. I'm gonna say it a lot, and that's because the music always goes off hard, right? I'm gonna keep on calling it out because, you know, it goes hard. That's all you need sometimes. Well, you gotta beat up your own men now, Merso. That's fine, should be good. I'm still at the point where it's really hard to tell exactly what direction they're taking with Kathy. Like, I feel like she'll be dead by the end, though, right? Like, even if she did live... I don't know if she's alive, though. That's the thing. I think she's quote-unquote alive. There's been a lot going on so far in Limbus about, like, death and people who are defying death. Stuff like Limbus being able to revive, or like Canto 4, you know, the zombified, like, people. Stuff like that. And, like, politification, people, like, barely cling on to life despite the politification thanks to Ahab. A lot of, like, kind of, like, between life and death, right? I think that might be Kathy's situation. I think as soon as I think if we actually take the Golden Bow, Kathy dies. I think that's how it's going to work. I think she's only holding on thanks to Golden Bow. Right? That's my guess. We'll have to see, though. I also do not know if we're going to be getting a Kathy ID, because it doesn't seem like she's a fighter, but, like, also, it's Project Moon, so I wouldn't be surprised if she was, and we just haven't seen it yet. We really haven't seen a lot of people that aren't fighters, right? Like, Sam Joe isn't. And, like, other random civilian people we've seen aren't fighters, I'm sure. Otherwise, most people are able to fight. We also don't know if Dong Grang is able to fight without his funny ego, right? He only fights with it. More dead rabbits. Anyways, I don't think there's too much left in this part of the Canto, but I think I will wrap it up here for today's episode. And next time we should be able to finish it off. Get up to date. Still got plenty in Keflin to spare. There's probably going to be like a couple more fights. Not too much more. Anyways, that'll be all for this time. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!